Coming up on Torrance Today, City Council holds a special meeting removing a recently appointed commissioner. El Retiro Library celebrates its grand reopening after more than 2 years, and Coastal Cleanup 2022 is a big success with hundreds of volunteers making our beach more beautiful than ever. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's 4 p.m. on Monday, September 19th. I hope you had a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's our first story. City leaders held a special council meeting this morning to consider the removal of a recent appointment to the Civil Service Commission. Certain council members wanted to change their votes, but because the commissioner was sworn in, the only way to do it was to remove him and then reopen the appointment. Members stated the 4-3 decision was solely due to the process and had nothing to do with the commissioner. Shamindra Mambahal was appointed by Mayor George Chen and voted in by council at the last city council meeting on Tuesday, September 13th. The appointment was a break from the standing tradition of allowing each member to nominate. There was an extensive discussion today concerning the process of the appointment and voting for a commissioner. The Civil Service Commission is a quasi-judicial advisory body to the City Council. You can watch the full discussion and decision by Mayor and Council this morning on the city's Facebook and YouTube platforms as well as on City Cable. Mayor George Chen presented his first State of the City address last Friday, reflecting on the many accomplishments during the first few months of his tenure. The event also recognized a longtime Torrance resident as Distinguished Citizen of the Year.
We have a great team. We have a vibrant future. With hard work and discipline, we have a bright future. And together, we can make that happen. And I'm here to do my best to provide a great future for many, many generations.
You know, you see something and you think you can add some value and maybe do something to make it a little better, and you do it. It's just humbling, and I'm not often a loss for words, but for this one I pretty much am.
Lee served the city and its school district for decades. Mayor Chen also applauded the ongoing efforts of the city staff, residents, and the larger business community during the recent years. The event was proudly presented by the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce at the DoubleTree by Hilton, Torrance South Bay. Hundreds of people came out to Torrance Beach on Saturday morning to beautify our public space as part of Coastal Cleanup Day.
It brings out the community, it brings out students, it brings out just so many people in our community. We have over 300 people registered to clean our beach.
I'm happy to be able to participate here with the beach cleanup. I think having grown up in the South Bay, you're very much aware of what the water quality is, especially if you spend any time in the water or at the beach. And I think it's very important for all the residents to be responsible.
I walk up and down every day with my dog, and so I'm always trying to help out and clean up. I got a lot of cigarette butts, just a lot of food waste stuff, cups, cans. And it's just amazing the amount of trash that I've seen. It's pretty eye-opening.
Torrance residents and other beachgoers met at Miramar Park to pick up trash on the largest volunteer day on the planet. Lots of raffle prizes were also enticing people to find that trash as well. The city teamed up with the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce for this annual tradition. Organizers say Torrance recognizes that by cleaning up the beaches, the community is participating in this global effort to keep our oceans and water sources healthy. This was the city's 25th year participating in Coastal Cleanup Day. El Retiro Library reopened its doors after more than 2 years.
2, 1.
We're very excited to be back and open. Everybody in the community is excited to have us open, and we couldn't be more pleased about that. And glad to see so much support. We had a great crowd today for the reopening, and it's great to see that kind of support, not just for our programs, but for our collections, and then to go to other meetings for other things and hear people say such great things about the libraries here in Torrance. It's wonderful.
We've been kind of monitoring this reopening for the last year or so on the commission, and it's really nice to see all the hard work that went into this come to fruition and be able to reintroduce this back to the community.
It was closed throughout the pandemic, then flood damage about a year ago led workers to undergo a complete renovation. Now the South Torrance location has new carpets, chairs, and tables. The team also relocated the shelves and circulation desk. Staff says the pieces inside the library are more foldable, movable, and storable than ever, allowing them to transform the space for any occasion. They invite more community members to drop by. El Retiro is open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 10 to 2, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 6, and Saturdays from 9 to 5. The Southern California Live Steamers gave free train rides on Saturday at Wilson Park. It only happens twice a month, and I wanted to check it out for myself.
I was very surprised that I saw the line was around the corner. So we're going to have a busy day today. I get a lot of satisfaction from it. I go home, yes, I'm tired out, but you know what? It's a good tired. It's really pleasing to see so many people that are happy and doing something just for the afternoon.
That was so much fun. If you missed this ride, the volunteers will be back on the first Sunday of every month from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and the third Saturday of every month from noon to 3. It's quite a long ride, and there are several trains giving the rides at the same time, so even though the lines are long, they do move pretty quickly. And Halloween train rides return next month. Mark your calendars for Friday and Saturday, October 28th and 29th from 5:30 to 9 p.m. There is a $7 charge per ride for this special experience. Organizers say the donations help them to keep entertaining the community in this creative way all year long. If that wasn't fun enough, I also hopped over to a chili cook-off and car show presented by the Torrance Elks Lodge, with proceeds benefiting AYSO Soccer for a special group of children with special needs.
So this is, I think, our 7th annual Barb Habib car show, chili cook-off and car show. Barb Habib was a very dear friend of mine, a member who passed away suddenly, and my husband Eddie and I took over the chili cook-off. It was always September, it was always the third week, and since she was such a good friend, we decided to take over for her. So through the years, we've tried to build it and make it bigger and better and more profitable for all of the charities that we do in our Elks Lodge.
We have over 75 cars. They get to come out on a nice day and they get to see all these cars and they get to have some chili and they get to meet all of us here and know that we're, a friendly place. We are called the friendliest lodge.
The Torrance Elks Lodge is located at 1820 Abalone Avenue. It holds a number of programs to benefit our community, from providing grants to help meet local needs to hosting a free annual youth basketball free throw contest to saluting our veterans through a special commission where volunteers can donate time, energy, and resources to best serve them. It's Safety Seat Checkup Week, and parents can make sure that their kids' car seats are installed correctly. The Torrance Fire Department is teaming up with the California Office of Traffic Safety and Safety Belt Safe USA to provide a free car seat checkup this Friday, September 23rd. It takes place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Torrance City Hall. Officials say more than 90% of car seats inspected at such checkups are being used incorrectly. They urge the public to come on out and make an appointment if possible. That number is 1-800-745-SAFE. Walk-ins are welcome, but there may be a wait without an appointment. The Metropolitan Water District of Southern California finished repairing an emergency pipeline almost 2 days ahead of schedule, meaning the outdoor watering can resume. The agency thanks everyone who stopped watering outdoors for the past almost 2 weeks, saying today workers fully transitioned the water treatment plant in Laverne back onto the Colorado River supplies delivered by the now fixed upper feeder. They say residents may have noticed some yellowing on lawns during the past several days, but it should improve once they get some water again. Torrance officials noted that while this restriction did not impact the expansive soil districts, which are located on the northern and southern parts of the city, they still asked everyone to cooperate and conserve water, especially during the crucial period. City leaders continue to remind residents that we are in level 1 conservation restriction, which means residents are asked to continue conserving water by up to 15%, avoid watering between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., and limit watering to no more than 3 days a week. Well, Britain and the world said their final goodbyes to Queen Elizabeth II. President Joe Biden was among the world leaders who attended the state funeral inside London's Westminster Abbey today. He was accompanied by First Lady Jill Biden and expressed condolences to the royal family and to the entire United Kingdom, saying, quote, "It's a loss that leaves a giant hole, and sometimes you think you'll never overcome it. But as I've told the king, she's going to be with him every step of the way." A total of about 2,000 people paid tribute to the monarch who ruled over 7 decades. Following the state funeral, the coffin was conveyed from the hall to Wellington Arch before making its final journey out of London to Windsor Castle, her final resting place. Well, still ahead, it's Monday Memories, and when we come back, I will introduce you to another leader who recently passed away after leaving quite a legacy in the local journalism community. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Noah. Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a story that fits the theme for the day. Let's make today Monday Memories. I want to introduce you to a man whose words or editing of words you may have become familiar with over the years. Henry Furman, a former assistant managing editor at the LA Times and a longtime leader and mentor at the Asian American Journalists Association, passed away last week at the age of 65. He was a self-described word nerd and helped shape countless headlines on LA Times articles and the stories that would follow. He initiated a change in the way we address people's sexual identities, for example, from transvestites to transgender. The half-Japanese American also championed the fight against the word internment when describing the incarceration of Japanese Americans during World War II. He was one of the pioneers at AAJA's LA chapter, and since I joined that journalist organization as a freshman at UCLA, he took the time to care for me as a budding storyteller and even checked in with me and bought me lunch when I was working in Phoenix. He performed similar acts of kindness for so many others, and we all grieved over the weekend, sharing fond memories of him. AAJALA honored Furman with a Lifetime Achievement Award for his leadership within the industry and organization and for shaping the careers and lives of so many people over 3 decades. Thank you for everything, Henry. We miss you. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torranceToday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.